What type of video game do you want to play? Do you want to ride a horse? Or maybe you want to ride a horse. How about a horse, but it has wings this time? Or what if we make the horse a machine? Photocopy IP is nothing new for video games. In fact, one of my favorite game series is a hybrid of Mario and Grand Theft Auto 3. Jak and Daxter. But unlike modern developers trying to copy success, Jak and Daxter was trying to emulate a feeling. See, Mario and GTA gave us a new sense of freedom, and they wanted to replicate that with their own flair because it was fun, and that was a huge part of the magic the early 2000s had when it came to gaming, which was synonymous with the word play. What's this got to do with Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, you might ask? Well, before we got Jak in the PS2, there was Sega, old Sega, the Sega that brought us arcades, and in the year 2000 for the Dreamcast, they launched Jet Set Radio. The premise of this game is bomb as fuck. You Tony Hawk with magnetically driven inline skates in a cel-shaded city that you tag up. You get the grinding, the tricking, the graffiti, the style, the dancing, the great character design, but most importantly, you get the soundtrack. Few games have those memorable soundtracks that just stick with you for life. I'm talking Gran Turismo, Sonic, Sega Bass Fishing, Persona, and 3 of those are Sega games. But then the funky brilliance of Hideki Naganuma really adding the radio in the Jet Set Radio and turning it into a new way to absorb music, because tricking and flipping out funk, this game should have been a massive fucking hit. But unknown to those without clairvoyance, this franchise was doomed from the get-go. While the Dreamcast was ahead of its time with online multiplayer and some of the best graphics of its time, it was targeting hardcore home gamers in a time where there were barely many casual ones. It ultimately marked Sega's last console as a commercial failure, dragging Jet Set Radio into the warehouse of forgotten gems to get a moss in a corner. To make matters worse, with copyright issues over the name with Midway, it really seemed like we would never see anything like Jet Set Radio again. It was more than forgotten, it was almost erased. But then Team Reptile said, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Cyberpunk Bomb Rush is the wrong game, but Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is a fun game. This game doesn't hesitate to throw you off a building from the start. Before the tutorial is done, you're dead, decapitated. Luckily, we're in the future, and replacing a head with a cyber head is common practice, to the point where it's done in the streets by Ripper Docs. Wait, this is Cyberpunk 2077. But this game has a better soundtrack. Bomb Rush is as much its own game as it's trying to be Jet Set Radio. The road back to Red's Head Redemption is traveled by rollerblades, skateboards, bicycles, and slick parkour. The name of the game is to complete each level in a single combo, tagging each graffiti spot because it feels like it was designed for that. Each area is more than a new map, it's an opportunity. Each level means new railings to grind on and chain into new billboards to wall ride, new downhills to manual, new combos to cook up as you expand your graffiti design collection and slowly paint the cel-shaded cyber city the color Bomb Rush. From the sunset-shaded Bursum Hill, the first spot you hit up, run by the Franks, cyber ballers on bicycles blasting electro-funk all day. Trick yourself down the road or take the rail route for the scenic view straight into the train. Take your time because it's worth it to find all the skins, mixtapes, gear, and graffiti. Once you send the Franks packing, it's onto the Millennium Square, the central hub, the road that leads to all roads, and the map that starts bringing more verticality to the levels as you end up grinding and wall riding up till you get a view of the whole map under the broken cloud sky. From here you can branch to the green tint bayside of Brink Terminal, or enter the giant-ass mall, or take a ferry to the nearby Pyramid Island, or visit the Red Light District. Each layout prompts a different mental response and different combos, and it's a seamless blend of level design with this combo system that makes this game so fun to play and come back to over and over again. It's basic at its most basic form. Keep grinding, keep the manual going, slip some tricks in between. It gets repetitive after a while, but it's the spectacle along with the enjoyment. You're flying through the map trying to carry the momentum through and get the combo multiplier up, but it only goes up once per trick and move. Manuals score, tricks chain, but they don't combo up. You gotta lean into new corners, grind onto new billboards. This one use per trick system incentivizes you to plan a route so that you keep momentum and traverse the map whilst getting your score up and maybe tagging a few graffiti spots along the way. You gotta keep moving or keep scoring, and each level is a chance to score and an equal chance to be stylish. And this game is oh so stylish. You catch a glimpse of the towering buildings below the scattered cloudscape when you grind up a light pole cause space-time don't curve right. But as you progress, you get to sit back and admire your favorite designs on the billboards, on the big fish in the mall, and the best place, the hideout. A truly underappreciated mechanic, but it's a good thing we get a lot of hideouts. Even in its most basic form, it's always that place where you'll never enter combat, where you can come back to end the day so you can start your next play session. And while this isn't V's apartment or the camp in Red Dead, it's really cozy because it's your hideout, your choices from the catalog. Just like how you do up cars or pick outfits for RPGs, you choose what to spray. When you venture out and unlock more designs, you can't help but want to rush back to add it to the hideout or apply them when the story brings you back home. When you unlock all the side characters, they take their spot, and each character has a unique tag that you gotta add. Everything that made Jet Set Radio a real classic is evident here, including the funky ass character designs. You start with Trice, who breaks you out of prison and then watches you die and then saves you. Well, who along with Trice and you are the founding pillars of the Bomb Rush crew, but you'll expand and beat new characters with big ass shoes and colorful outfits and new signatures. And you're gonna wanna build that roster up so that when you go to the character select by starting a dance cipher, by dancing on the blocks, you get the whole crew getting down to your favorite mixtapes of the game. The simplicity of this game is what makes it so good. There's very little bloat. There's no real dialogue beyond the single words the characters exclaim as the subtitles go on. But the voice acting, despite that, is still better than, it's better than this.
I'd be stuck carrying all that rice on my own.
This is the main character of the game. Fuck it. The story, as simplistic as it is, actually has a few twists aside from you starting the game dead, at least two, and I'm autistic. I usually catch on to the writing flags, but they were concealed well enough. But you could have given me no story and I still would have found myself replaying this game over and over again, not to experience the story, but because of how it entices you to progress. And because it's really short, you can spam through this game in less than 2 days if you don't find all the collectibles. But you'll milk it each time because you'll get lost in the combos for absolutely no reason or be stuck trying to find and try every graffiti design out. And there's a lot of awesome art in this game, and the best part is how you apply it. The shapes kinda match the artwork and it becomes an intuitive thing. You almost want to tag each spot with a new piece once you've unlocked the designs, but because you can layer up to 2 pieces, you get to experiment so that you can create something completely great. This is cyberpunk, but the police is actual cyber psychos. When you start double tagging, you build up heat cause graffiti is vandalism and the cops don't fuck around. Biggest police budget of the year every year. They will send Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3 after you. These boss fights are little fun. If only Snake had a skateboard, we wouldn't have gotten up to Metal Gear 4. But this is where you realize you have more moves than you thought. Combat is basic, but you can be Majima. Paint your enemies in defeat as you sprint spam attack tricks. But when you start fucking around with the dismount, you open a whole new spectacle and your combos get more depth. If you dismount, wall run, and then do a spin kick, it's perfect for re-entering the BMX. But if you jump into a bullet spin, you can remount the inline skates with the second corkscrew. It's a small variation of gameplay to keep the synapses in a fresh new firing order and add pizzazz, but somewhere soon it's more than style, it's an unintentional rhythm game. Because the soundtrack is so fucking good. They never pull any punches because they brought back Hideki Naganuma, and even Knowledge got a track in this. Right off the bat, the main menu theme anchors you on the blandest title screen, and yet you stay. And they don't even give you that mixtape until the end of the fucking game. They knew what they were doing. Though it starts off at its strongest, it doesn't disappoint. Every time you return to the hideout and Trice's mixtape starts playing, you don't want to leave. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk and Jet Set Radio have evolved to beyond games. They're new ways to absorb music for ADHD people. These games revolve around music, dance, graffiti, and skate tricks, and does a good job of putting the right emotion at the right time. Like when you're in the dream sequence and the game hits you with the and then you're back in the hideout after this and it's all like and then you go to the city center and fucking Knowledge comes on like and then it's back at the hideout like this is the song that the homies don't know that I listen to. Don't tell them anything. And then it's time for battle and then this comes on, it's like and then when you take the Franks on, you gotta hit a like this, like switch, like this, priceless, like this, like switch, like come on. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk did an excellent job at carrying the torch for Jet Set Radio, and for somebody that never had a Dreamcast, it showed me what I was missing and what we're missing today. Instead of everybody copying The Witcher or Dead Space or Dark Souls, this is a copy of a game that can't be made anymore. We need more new risk-taking IPs like Cyberpunk for sure, but as far as old forgotten ones go, I'm glad I got to experience this game. You could be going to shady nightclubs, getting drunk off your ass, grinding with strangers, or you could play this game and vibe something more personal. And that's why for me, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk earns a spot as the dessert course and Cheesy's full course of gourmet gaming. Because no matter how filling the main course was, no matter how perfect the starters are or how hearty the soup, at 2.5 gigabytes there's always room for dessert, and the ice cream Bomb Rush or Cyberfunk tastes like fun. I wanna know your name.